lions,
I want to go.
elephants.
I want to go.
Another cool
YouTube.
fact
I'm
about
going to
Namibia
make
is that it's home to more cheetahs
a bucket
than
list
anywhere else in the
and
world.
go. What's good, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we have top 10 places to visit in 2023. Let's go ahead and get into it right now.
This video off at the Portuguese island of Madeira. Located in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Africa, Madeira is often called the Hawaii
This
of Europe,
world is
and
it's
after
such a
visiting
beautiful place.
I totally understand
It is
why.
such a beautiful
The island
place.
was born of volcanic origins, and if you love hiking or just relaxing on the beach, Madeira is the place for you.
And some
Porto do
people
Sol,
live
one of my
here. Like
favorite
some
places for
people live
swimming.
here.
There was no sand, just smooth boulders, but the ocean was amazing to swim in, and there was a place to go cliff
Look at
jumping.
that
My
water.
favorite place on Madeira is Pico do Arriero. It's one of the tallest points
Oh
on the
my
island,
goodness.
and since you're so high up, you'll often be in or above the clouds. Now the hiking there is exquisite, the trails are so well maintained, and you get some of the most phenomenal views, and you don't even need to hike that far. I was blown away by the dramatic peaks and unique reddish and orange colors of the rock. There's this one peak called Pico do Gato that was my favorite. I mean, if you're up for adventure in 2023,
Wow, and it's
you gotta
above the
give Madeira
clouds
a
too, man.
visit.
That's amazing.
After, we're gonna head up to Western Norway.
dope.
I was here recently and I was just blown away by the beauty of this country. I really like Western Norway in particular because it's home to a majority of Norway's fjords, and the landscapes there are just
Wow,
on
look at
another
that.
level. One of Norway's most
Some people
well-known
live
fjords
here,
is
man. I would
Fjord.
definitely
You
love
get
to
there
go
by
and
driving about
and
5 or
visit,
6
man.
hours from Oslo. Now the fjord is massive, and one of its most well-known features
Man, I
is the
wish I
Seven
could do
Sisters
that.
waterfall that cascades.
It's amazing.
410
It's
meters
amazing
to
to
water
do it
below. Now, one of my
and
favorite
go out and
features
see the
in
world now
fjord
while you
is
can before you
Skagafjord.
have
It's
kids.
this
And even when you have
historic
kids, you can
mountain
go
farm
in and still
perched on
do
a
it.
cliff. Now to get there,
Do it
you
while,
take
you
a
know,
ferry
while
and
it's
then hike
smaller,
up.
it's easier
Now, the
to
views up there are
keep
just
track of them.
breathtaking, and the grass roof cabins look like something out of a fairy tale. Another one of my favorite places in Western Norway is Luvatnet. It's located just a few hours away from Geiranger. It's this glacier lake with a distinct turquoise water. I mean, such a stunning color, and the scenery around the lake is unbelievable. There are mountains and waterfalls everywhere you look.
Wow,
Norway
that's natural,
truly is
y'all.
a
That's
special
what
country,
the Most High
and I hope
made.
you can visit this year.
God made this
After,
for
we're
us to
gonna
go
head down
around
to
and just
Africa
and
to visit
enjoy
the
it.
country of Namibia, located on
Look
the
at all that
Atlantic coast
sand. That is
above South
amazing.
Africa. Now, when people think of Namibia, the Namib Desert probably comes to mind. It's full of massive orange sand dunes and those orc antelope. Now, one of my favorite places in the Namib Desert is Deadvley. It's this clay pan surrounded by
Wow.
massive dunes. And what makes it so unique is that there's these trees that died 600 years ago because water stopped coming into the area and they are frozen in time. Now, another one of my
Wow.
favorite places in Namibia is the Spitskoop. It's this granite mountain that reaches 1,728 meters above sea level, and it's been called the Matterhorn of Namibia. If you want to see some African wildlife, the Etosha National Park is a wonderful place to see animals such as lions.
I want to go. I want to go. YouTube. I'm going to make
it's home to more cheetahs
a bucket
than
list
anywhere else in the world.
and go.
Anyways, Namibia is such a spectacular
And then,
country.
if I'm
I hope
not
you can
mistaken,
visit.
I know
And
the
while we're
desert
still in
gets pretty
Africa,
cold
we're
at
gonna head to
night.
the islands
Like
of the
temperatures drop like
Seychelles.
maybe.
Now, located in the Indian Ocean.
I
off
wanna
the
say
coast
negative
of
40,
East
but I could be
Africa,
wrong.
The Seychelles are an archipelago made up of 115 islands and are home to some of the world's most famous beaches. Now, when you find the Seychelles, you'll probably come to the island of Mahi. It's the biggest island in the archipelago and also home to Victoria, which is the island's capital. Now, there's a lot to do and see on
Man,
Mahi,
I would-
and it's also a great place to venture off to the other islands. One of the most famous places in all the Seychelles is the beach
And
called
that's
Anse
crystal
Source
clear. That's
d'Argent.
blue water
It's located
right
on
there.
the island of La Digue, which you can reach by taking a ferry
That's
to the
all
neighboring
natural.
islands. It's often rated as one of the world's most beautiful beaches, and I totally understand why. It has these massive granite boulders that create an otherworldly landscape. Now, afterwards, we're going to head over to South America to visit Patagonia. Located in both bottom halves of Chile and Argentina,
Let me tell y'all
Patagonia
something.
is easily one of
If
the
I
most
go away to
beautiful
some of these
regions in the
places,
world.
I'm not
It
coming
has
back.
fjords like
I'm not
Norway,
coming back.
sounds
It
like
is
New
it
Zealand,
is too
and the
beautiful
mountains
and
are
wonderful
comparable to the Alps.
to
Now,
be
one of
able
the
to
most
see these
famous places
things.
in Patagonia
And some people,
is
like I said,
Torres
some
del
people
Paine.
live here.
It's located on the
So,
Chilean
I mean,
side. Torres
granted,
del
they
Paine is
probably
a
wanna go
national
out
park
and
for
see
the
different
animals
things and
such
see
as
the world.
guanacos and pumas, and it's
Rather
named
than
after
just
its
where they
iconic
live.
3 granite
But for
towers.
me, I wouldn't
Another
mind
one
living
of the
there.
most well-known places
This is
in
it.
Patagonia is Fitzroy. It's this mountain
Fitzroy.
range located on the Argentinian side. I think it's possibly one of the most beautiful mountains in the world. There's several glacial lakes and viewpoints to marvel this mountain range from. I mean, the area is just spectacular. Afterwards, we're going to visit the
I don't like
Isle
heights, so
of
I don't really
Ireland.
think I'd be
I
up
went
there.
here for the first time this summer, and it quickly became one of my all-time favorite countries. It's a land full of magical landscapes, dramatic coastlines, and enchanting history. One of the main reasons I wanted to go to Ireland was to visit the Great Skellig Island. You may recognize it as Luke Skywalker's hideout in the Star Wars movies. It's famous for being a monastic settlement that housed monks in these beehive-shaped huts until the 13th century. Now the island really is something else. You can only reach it
definitely only getting there by boat. Exactly.
When we got to the island, I just loved walking up the.
Man, I want to travel the world.
Monastery.
I'm going to travel the world.
One of the most impressive places I've ever been. Now another
I think I'm gonna start with the U.S. because I haven't really been anywhere.
They're probably Ireland's most recognizable destination, with cliffs that rise over 214 meters above the sea. I just loved walking along the cliffs and marveling at the beauty. Ireland is just such an amazing country. Afterwards, we're gonna head over to France to visit the French Riviera.
The thing that's different about a Verbo vacation home, you always have the whole place to yourself.
Also known as the Côte d'Azur, the French Riviera is one of the most highly sought-after destinations in Europe. It's located in southern France.
It's all clear blue water, man. It's all natural.
On the Riviera is Ez.
That's beautiful.
It's this medieval hilltop village that was founded around the 14th century. When you walk through the village, you'll feel like you're going back in time.
Man.
I loved all the cobblestone paths that winded.
I'm jealous.
Now,
I'm jealous,
you can hike
but it's
to the
okay.
top and reach the exotic
garden. And I'm gonna get
not
there
only
one
has
day
beautiful
too.
plants, but an amazing view of the Riviera.
That's amazing.
Another one of my favorite towns on the French Riviera is Saint-Tropez. It's renowned for its beaches, nightlife, and luxurious lifestyle. I really enjoyed just walking around the town and just marveling at its beauty. Now, if you're into more nature,
and I know a lot of these tickets aren't cheap either.
The Calanques near Cassis.
To go there.
They offer some of France's best scenery with incredible sea coves surrounded by daunting cliffs. The one I really wanted to go to is called Calanques d'Envaux. Now you can only access it by hiking or taking a kayak in. When I reached the beach, I was just amazed by the steep white cliffs coupled with the greens of the pines and blues of the water. We went for a swim and the water clarity was amazing. I wanted to find a clifton spot, and after swimming down the cove, I found this little rock about 7 meters high and sent a few jumps off it. I mean, there's truly no better feeling than cliff jumping in the Mediterranean. Afterwards, we're going to head over to Italy to visit Tuscany. Located in central Italy, Tuscany is known for its landscape, history,
a lot of landscape, a lot of
I've been
things
obsessed
that you
with
can
Tuscany
build there,
ever
man.
since I've seen The Gladiator. Now, one of my favorite places there is San Gimignano.
A lot of room for
town
agriculture
for
and
its
farming.
watchtowers and incredibly preserved medieval features. Now, if you want to see some of Tuscany's countryside, you can visit Valdorcia. When you think of Tuscany, this is what you'll probably imagine: lush, rolling hills, perfectly aligned cypress trees, and picturesque hilltop towns. This is easily one of the most scenic parts of the region. Now, the city of Florence is the crowning feature of Tuscany. It's considered to be the birthplace of the Renaissance, and the history there is endless. Whether you walk across the Ponte Vecchio Bridge or marvel at the architecture of the Duomo, Florence is sure to take you back in time. Afterwards, we're going to head over to the country of New Zealand. Now, after seeing movies like Lord of the Rings, I think it's safe to say we all want to visit New Zealand one day. Now, New Zealand is made up of 700 islands.
That's amazing. I've actually seen somebody take a picture of those two rocks.
If you're down for more adventure and crazy landscapes, I'd say the South Island is where it's at. It's home to the Southern Alps, where Mount Cook is located. It's the tallest mountain in New Zealand and stands over 12,218 feet high. Another incredible spot is the Milford Sound. Described as the 8th wonder of the world, the Milford Sound is a fjord that was carved out by glaciers during the Ice Age. It's one of the wettest places in the world, and the whole area is just full of a rainforest and magical waterfalls. New Zealand opened up back in 2022 for travel, so I hope you guys can give it a visit this year. Now, for our final destination, we're going to head over to Asia to visit Japan. Also known as the land of the rising sun, I have to say Japan is
and try some real ramen. I want to try real ramen in Japan.
Japan was one of the last countries to open up for tourism, but this recent
I can get ramen here, but
restrictions
it still doesn't beat the originality of
from the snow-covered northern island of Sapporo to the Japanese Alps. This little island country has so much to offer. Now, when you get to Japan, you can visit Tokyo. It's the largest city in the world with a population over 37 million. From Tokyo, you can venture about an hour and a half outside to visit Mount Fuji. The active volcano is the tallest peak in Japan with a height of 12,388 feet. It's a perfect cone shape and acts as a sacred symbol for the country. A great place to view Mount Fuji from is Lake Kawaguchi. You can get a wonderful view of the volcano from there, and overall it's just a beautiful area. Nearby is the Cherito Pagoda, which offers one of the most incredible views of the sacred volcano. Well, that is it for my 2023 travel guide.
These are some amazing places. I'm gonna go. Alright, YouTube, y'all seen what I've seen. These places are amazing. I definitely want to make my own bucket list. If you have been to any of these places in this video, please drop where you have been, when you go, and did you have fun. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all won't be disappointed. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.